Hey family, how y'all doing? Here to check in with y'all again, kind of let you know what I've been going through and what we've been going through, because I'm pretty sure you all feel the same, because you are my soul family. So fam, things have been kind of nice lately, kind of different, all in the way you see it, the way you look at it. This year has been challenging. I kind of like the last year and this year has been challenging. That's the best, nicest word I could find for it. I wanted to say shitty, but I'll go with challenging. So this year has been very interesting, challenging, and it seems to be shifting a little bit. I feel like right now, what many of us are experiencing is kind of like acceptance. And many of us, many may not even know it, we're going through this trying to get our ego in check. That's kind of like what it all boils down to. I feel like I've been going through, as I mentioned before, another stage of losing the ego, or, trying to get it in check, recognizing when it's the ego. So, what can I say as an example? Here's an example of how I'm noticing and getting my ego in check. So, I've connected with different people, and there's a certain individual that I seem to have a lot in common with, right? We're the same life path 11. A lot in common, the way we see things, the things we want out of life, it very, very similar. However, this person is a Christian. It's a religious person. As we all know, all of you don't know, I am not religious. Even though what I grew up seeing was Christianity, that's what I saw. And as a kid, even from then, my experience with religious people has not been the greatest. From being as young as about 8, 9, 10, I remember being in church around a certain individual who was a totally different person in church. Is that a kid, or I'm hearing somebody screaming? A whole different person in church than they were outside of church. So off top, as children, we're very sharp, very intuitive, and we pay attention to things. And when we don't understand it is when we actually pay more attention to it, when it doesn't make sense. And so my memory in the beginning was, this is fake. That's how I saw it from a kid. I remember in my 20s, now I've always believed in something greater. So in my 20s, I remember I would read the Bible, because that's all I knew, that was the answer to what's greater. It's religion, it's God, that's all I knew. I'm definitely from a different time than you all, as you know, but that's what I knew. Religion through Christianity, the Bible, and God. I remember reading the Bible in my 20s, but it never really it didn't do it for me. I didn't click with it. I just didn't. However, there are many people that do. And I can't say that they're incorrect, but my path is different. My story is different. I mean, In my, as I mentioned on many videos, 19, 20 years old, I had a Kundalini awakening, which is the divine feminine energy in the base of the spine, root chakra. And at 1920, back in the late 90s, early 2000, I didn't have internet and access to the stuff that you have access to. So up until I went through another awakening in 2019, I only thought, my only answer for what happened to me at 1920 and throughout the years, it would continue. I would have these symptoms of this energy shooting up my spine, waking me up at night. It was terrifying. I would pray and I just didn't know what it was. So my answer to that was that someone put a hex on me. Someone put a curse on me. That's the only thing that can explain this strange supernatural phenomenon, whatever this was happening to me. In 2019, when going through a spiritual awakening, is when I then rolled up on Kundalini awakening and reading it, and I was blown away at my exact symptoms that I'm reading, the things I've experienced for many years. So Kundalini has to do with Hinduism, right? How do we explain that? How do we explain me being with a Trinidadian background, being born and being raised in Miami? Where's Hinduism? I never heard of it, don't know anything about it. But then something related to Hinduism, Kundalini, happened to me. So how do we explain that? Like, is my soul, my spirit connected to that religion? Like, how do we really explain this, right? How am I connected to something that I grew up nowhere around, didn't know anything about it, never heard of it? How do we explain that? So for me, what is my spirit, is my soul connected to that? Although I was placed in Miami at the bottom of the map with the doo-doo brown, which is also called now twerking. That really don't have nothing to do with this. I don't even know why I said that, but that's what I knew, right? How does that, at the end of the day, that is what I can relate to, the chakras. In 2019, when I had all of these different symptoms and stuff that I was going through with this awakening, from the symptoms, from the root chakra up to the sacral, solar plexus, this purging and anger that I was like trying to get out from things that it's like these chakras were all being activated. The heart chakra, I would have the pressure in the chest, palpitations, and then feelings of love. Oh, I just love. I love everyone, love, bliss. And then the throat, all of this, something stuck in my throat, clamoring like all the time, like something was going on, and that was the throat chakra activating, which is why I'm here even talking about this, because of the throat chakra opening. That so that I would tell my truth. That's what happens when that opens. The third eye tingling and the pressure in there, the visions and the faces with my eyes closed, seeing things, astral projection, and the heat on the top of my head, and feeling connected to all of the birds and the sun and the sky. Like, that was amazing. It was like the most beautiful experience. But how do we explain that is my path when I didn't grow up anywhere around that or know that, right? Then there are people who really connect and relate to Christianity and other religions. How can I see? There was a part of me, because of my experience and what I knew from religious people, there was a part of me that rejected that and was kind of like, ooh, whenever someone would go into their whole religious and God this and God that in the Bible, it would just be like, ugh, I can't. But that was my ego. That was my ego. You know, like, my way isn't the right way. It's just the right way for me. So how can I say that what someone else is learning and what someone else believes and is really connected to is wrong? And that is a part of my ego that I'm getting in check. Getting it in check. Because if you are someone, regardless of what you believe, regardless of where you from, your religion, what background, whatever, that doesn't mean that we are still not on the same page. That's just what we believe in. That's what we are connected to. And our egos is what makes us want to reject everyone else's beliefs, and ours is the right one. So I think that's a stage that I'm going through with this whole shedding of the ego, loss of ego. It's kind of just really learning to understand and accept that all of that rejecting and pushing away other people's beliefs and things like that is all me trying to be in control and wanting to be right. Yes, the stuff that happened to me, I felt it physically. So there's nobody that can talk me out of anything that I've experienced and come to me and tell me, like, we already know. They know we done had a few of them come here on this channel. Some of y'all done been arguing with them in the comments, where they come in saying, the number synchronicities that you're seeing has to do with the devil and demons are attached to your astrological signs, and you shouldn't pay attention to astrology. Listen, okay? Just go somewhere with that, okay? Go somewhere with that. Now, so we have experienced that, and so that kind of really makes us reject people who are rejecting what we believe and what we're connected to. But at this stage right now, I feel like I have come to understand that sometimes we are getting in our own way and not allowing ourselves to grow and expand by being so, of other people's way of thinking and other people's beliefs. And as long as we understand and respect each other, we can probably learn some things from each other, and we don't even have to, we don't have to get on that. That is what is personal to us. Some things are just for us. And so we need to stop trying to be in control. So that is something that I would say I am experiencing right now. And it's very humbling. Kind of just understanding that my way is my way. It's not the right way. It's just the right way for me. And that is just what it is, fam. This is not a long video. I haven't been feeling very creative lately. So, there was a time where I would be like, okay, I'm going to talk about this next week and the week after that and the week. Like, I have all these ideas. But it almost feels as though I am not feeling creative because I need to sit my ass down. I need to be in the moment. I need to, and even get here, and when I get on here and speak to you all, I don't need to get on here to try to create this, it has to be so perfect and I have to, no, just to get on here and be real and be vulnerable. And you all are real. Why are we trying to pretend that life isn't what it is, So I kind of think that is one of the reasons for me not feeling very creative, is so I'm forced to actually be real and just share my truth and, and just be vulnerable and be authentic, and that's it. What did I want to say something? I know there was something I wanted to say. I think it was just that's what many of us need to do right now. Just be in the moment. I think that's the main thing I wanted to say. We need to allow ourselves to just be in the moment and stop trying to figure out what's next. I had somebody told me that. I don't remember which one of you, but there was a video where I made where I was like, I just don't know what to do next. What to do with the channel. And I was trying to get some advice, and I think somebody told me that. Just stop trying to figure out what's next and just live. Just live. And that's what I'm doing. When the time comes for me to make something so beautiful and creative, and not that this isn't, but to put more effort into that time will come. Maybe that's not what you all need right now. So it is what it is. All right, fam. I'm about to go get my workout on and do what I do, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace and blessings.